So here's our next victim. It came in and went through triage, and they started working on them already. Anyway, this is probably from the 40s because it doesn't have a slotted headstock. It's a funky unit. It was given to me by the fellow who did the initial work. It's been X-braced, and the neck's been reset. I'm not sure if that's the original bridge or not, because that says K. These things indicate a K guitar. There'll be little crenellated head bridge retention bolts. So I've started on this one. There's a short video that we'll show at the beginning. It had black, some leftover black paint here, 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 and you can see where that's here and here, here, a little here, a little here. I've scraped it with a razor blade. It's also had cracks. I repaired this crack, and I'm going to smooth them out. This thing should take a decent finish by American polish. You can see that the original slot was filled. He's cut a new slot. I've checked the intonation, and it's going to be terrible because if you look right here, you'll see that this space, these spaces get bigger as you go up. This distance from the fret to here is less than here to here. They shorten these in some cases, planning on high action and bad intonation. If you shorten this, you can cheat the sharpness as you go, as you fret. Now what I gotta have to do is get out my repair book and look at all the scale charts and verify based on all of these other spaces and distances of the of these spaces and the complete distance in order to determine what this should be, and then we will push the nut back, and we may make a step in the nut to keep this all clean. Bridge is going away. There's a slight decoration on this headstock, a little point. We're going to make that much more so. I've already worked on the frets. This is the original part of the fretboard. Had a crack and a crack. This crack here, this crack, these have all been filled. And I'm marching through this. I've leveled. The thing was also cupped. They get cupped after 100 years, and it's not cupped anymore. I've leveled each one of these. That's gained me a little bit of height, and the frets were cupped. They're all flat again, and they're level within plus or minus 2 thousandths right now. I'm going to make that plus or minus 1. Now, what the hell happened here? It's like somebody, see where the drip marks are. Did somebody spill paint remover on it as they were trying to remove? This finish was already gone. I think they spilled paint remover on it. So I have to deal with that. The back had 2 large cracks running from here all the way to here. Another one here, another one here. This appears to have dried out. They may have made it in a hurry, and the wood dried out. Who knows? Anyway, I've filled these cracks, and we have potential for another smooth surface. This side is pretty good, so I think this is the missing paint is where I've scraped and leveled it. We're going to shoot black on here before we do the shellac. It's a funky unit, but it's going to be real nice when it's done. So this is the preview. Down in here, you can see where the cracks have been cleated, and then I filled them, but the brace is scalloped. I think the guy who just did this work might have put them in. They're all scalloped. Who knows why? There's another one down in there. You can see it's, maybe you can see it's scalloped too. Scallopini. Anyway, we'll have to deal with this by hook or by crook. We'll see. So I've started working on it. I finished sanding the fretboard and doing most of the fret leveling and trimming the ends that stick out. And I've continued sanding the top. I'm not done, but this needs to be done before the sanding and application of finish, which is going to be a little binding around the sound hole. There's nothing there, and I've ordered some thicker stuff, but I want to do this now, so I'll probably put in 2 or 3 layers of binding. And basically I'm going to get it where I want it, hold it in with tape, and then use the old CA to hold it in place. So we'll be back. So it's been 10 minutes. There's 2 layers of binding. This is the preferred method for merging binding to the surface it's adhered to. We'll go all the way around, and it'll be level with the top. The top's going to be a darker color. The hole is dark, so this should... See, there's a wood binding here. It'll show once we get it all done, and these are similar colors. Clean like a spleen. Just the razor blade. Scrapo. These stick out. Stick out a lot on this side. This file has had its teeth on the edge ground off. If there was a finish on here, I'd still put a layer of protectant on them, but there's no need right now. See, I can't sand because it eats into it. Get you one of these. Make it. Has 2 sides too. Wow. So I've thrown together a concoction of a little linseed oil, real good turpentine, and 2 shades of leather dye. And I'm applying it directly to the surface. I just sanded and steel wooled because I'm crazy. I usually just use clear. But I'm trying this. This needs more alcohol, I can tell. more. Now I'll throw some coffee on. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing this. We'll come back. I like it. It's becoming chatoyant as the layer builds up. It's only got, you can see it there. Yeah, a little bit right there. And again, it's just the isopropyl causes it to dry almost immediately. This one dark area I will try to lighten up. And this is in prep for natural, that would be orange, shellac. But I want to keep and reveal the grain instead of hiding it with excess stain. And I've done it. There's the grain. So, reflected light. 2-pound cut orange. This is that little handle with the cloth on it. It's not doing quite what I want, but we'll get by. Dip it in there. I put one coat on and forgot to turn the camera on, so it's had one coat. Have to keep track. These are very light coats. But it's peaceful. There's no air compressor and smooshy, smooshy, all that. Okay. Next. You gotta keep track, you know. Right in here. Right in here. Don't let it dry. So you can see it's starting to glaze up. 2 coats. We're gonna do 8 more probably. And it smells good. This is organic bug poop and ethyl alcohol. You can make it with vodka, yes. And it does have a gloss. We can make it more if we want. It's the first go around. Not bad. So there is some variegation. There's some right around the bridge. You can see it's lighter right around the bridge. There's a dark spot. And I have the option of adding stain and evening that all out and going around again or leaving it. And I think I'll probably leave it. We'll see.